Hey guys, we're gonna talk about Empire, season 1, episode 8. It was a really, really good episode. I'm gonna try to go, step by step, but when it comes to Empire, it's a really, really good show, so sometimes I might get sidetracked or whatever. So it kind of starts off where it shows off the old days before Cookie had went to jail and she was saying goodbye to her kids. The police had said the judge was gonna do something, and so it was time for her to say goodbye to her kids and kiss them or whatever because I guess she could be took straight from the jail. So she kissed them goodbye, and then Lucia starts singing this song "Beautiful." Remember, the song "Beautiful" is gonna be talked about. So then you got Cookie laying in the bed or whatever. One thing I love about Cookie is her one-liners because she can make a hashtag out of mostly anything. So anyway, she laying in the bed and she's telling Lucius walking in from I guess the bathroom and she's telling him, "Oh, you still got it. I ain't never been with nobody. I ain't been with nobody since you or whatever." So he was like, "I've been with other people, but I only thought of you." I'm like, "Oh, pimp ass talk, but whatever. Okay." So then she was like, "Well, if that's the case, won't you get rid of that fake ass Halle Berry?" Hashtag one. So then she starts, trying to spend, everything and how they can make money and they talking business. So she's telling him how he can make a Lucius album and then after that they can make a family album, just something to keep it going or whatever in a family, that's what Empire is all about. So after that he starts singing Beautiful to her. And I was like, see, this song gonna keep being played, but that's cool because remember he started singing to her in the beginning. So I guess that's Stalo's song. Um, so then she was like, "Well, if you want this cookie, then she said, if you want this cookie nookie, then you gonna have to dish that bitch." I said, "See, hashtag number two." Like, just she always got something to say. And he said, "Okay." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, but okay." So you got Hakeem in church praying about his dad and how he want his dad to be okay. I thought that was a cool moment. Jamal walks in and he was like, "What are we doing in the Catholic Church?" And he was like, "Jesus is everywhere." I said, "Oh, amen." That's when you know it's a black writer on here because they know what to say. Um, he said, "We got to make dad happy. So whatever you got going on with dad, y'all need to fix it. And this is not about you. We just need to make dad happy." So Jamal feels like, okay, well, I won't come out until he's dead. I said, "That's going to hurt you, not him. But okay, I get what you're saying. Whatever." Um, so then you got the boys, they talking about they gonna work on a song. So they go into the studio, they start working on this song. And Jamal, their parents is there supporting them and working with them. And Jamal asked them to join in the song. So then they all join in. Then you got crazy ass Andre sitting over there in the corner pouting because he ain't involved. But I'm like, why are you doing this and you're not trying to make yourself involved? So calm your little self down. So then you got this guy, he's talking to Lucius about some plans and doing an interview and all this kind of stuff, and Lucius is on board with it. So then Anika walks in, got this pissed off look on her face, so she confronts Lucius about having her dad sign that fraudulent paper. And he was like, "I did it for the company, yada yada yada." And she was like, "I'm not gonna let you take my dad down." So then he say sorry, and then she bring up him sleeping with Cookie. And he do like any man do, and then he kind of blamed it on Cookie, and I got mad. He was talking about, "Oh, she took advantage of me, and she took advantage of my weakness," or some bullshit he was saying. And I was just like, really, really, Lucius, you're ass. Anyway, he like you, I said, he was saying sorry. So she was like, "Prove it." And he was like, "How?" And she was like, "We can get married tomorrow." He was like, "Wait a minute, hold up, what? What? Huh?" And he was like, "What about next week?" And she was like, "Okay, but you're gonna have to announce it at the white party, and Cookie has to be there." I'm like, "Girl, you ain't gonna do nothing but hurt your damn self by doing that type of shit." But okay, if you wanna think that's gonna hurt Cookie, go for it. Vernon and Andre scheming and they trying to get these votes so Andre can be taken over if anything would happen to Lucius or whatever. So Andre goes to his wife and tell her about this lady named Janet Blakely and how they can get her vote because the lady like women. So he basically finna pimp out his wife for a vote. So Hakeem is in the studio, and Cookie is trying to give him like some little critiques or whatever about his music, and he's getting really pissed off. So right then, Lucius just makes them talk. He was like, "You need to tell your mama why you mad at her, so we can move on and we can make this money and we can make this empire and all this kind of stuff and yada yada yada." Basically, so he had to let his mom know why he was pissed off at her, and he basically was like, "Because you boss me around, baby. And you treat Jamal better than me. You love him more and all this kind of stuff." And she was like, "I don't love him more. I know him better." Jamal probably and dealt with her all while she was in jail or whatever, and the other two boys didn't. So I understand why she has this connection with Jamal. Um, but she say how she told him she loves him, and they work it out or whatever. So I thought that was cool. Jamal do an interview with the little reporter dude that Lucius said it was okay with, and they do an interview. They talking about Lucius and they talking about the music, and then the boys start flirting. He asked him out for drinks, and Jamal accepted, but he was like, "Don't tell my dad about your lifestyle or whatever." He's like, "Your daddy can kiss my ass," and I was all here for it. Yeah, he can do that. Cookie and Lucius in the studio listening to music, and he started flirting with her, and she was like, "Back the fuck up! Did you get rid of that fake ass Lena Horn?" Another hashtag. And Lucius was just like, no, he didn't answer. Then he started faking some pain just to get close to her or whatever. She slapped the hell out of him, and he got turned on by it. I'm like, really? Okay. Hakeem and old sugar mama Camille, nasty lady. You know how I feel about that situation. She is trying to control Hakeem right about now. She's giving him a suit. She's telling him he needs to go last on the song so he can, stand out on the song. And she was changing his mind about a lot of stuff, and that shit was pissing me off. Andre and his wife is at the man house of Janet Blakely and her husband house, and they're trying to get the vote, and they'll start talking over dinner. And her husband is in a wheelchair. He's an older gentleman, and he started talking about some dude named Steven and how he got ALS and he's still smart and he can still have an erection. And I don't know if he's talking about himself or the man. I don't know, whatever. But then he started coming on to the Andre's wife, and she threw up in her plate, and I would have too, because I felt like, yo, and it wasn't that he was in the wheelchair; it was just like he looked disgusting. So on the way home, Andre's wife read him some stuff like, be a man and get your deals on your own. Like you can't be pimping me out. He just looked stupid. So then you had Cookie having a meeting. No, she's walking with Hakeem, and she's noticed Hakeem dressing a little different or whatever. And he goes to her and say he wants to go last on the song and all that kind of stuff. And he started bringing up Jamal and how Jamal is the favorite and giving her this little pity thing. And so she just was like, "Okay, let me talk to your dad and Jamal about this, Hakeem, and we'll work this out." So all of a sudden he kissed her and he was like, "I love you." No, he was like, "Thank you, mom," and that was a big step to him. Jamal and a little reporter interviewer dude, they go for drinks and they're talking, and they're talking about dating lies, and then they start talking about Lucius, and they're talking about Jamal coming out, and he's telling Jamal how he needs to come out for him and do it for you and do it for your daughter. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So the next thing we see is him with his daughter, and it was a really amazing scene with his daughter. And she's first sad about her mom not being there. She wants her mom, and he just cheer her up and play with her. And then he was saying the lion sing, and he starts singing with her the song from Lion King, one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite cartoons. He started singing with her, and she blended in with him, and I just thought that was a really cool moment. Then they have an Empire meeting, and Andre's giving this speech about he's a CFO, and when his daddy, something happened to his daddy, he's gonna take over, yada yada yada. So they have to do these votes. So he was getting like half of the vote, a little bit of the vote. I don't know. But when it came to Lucius was like, "Nay, no, hell no," and walked out. So now Andre pissed off because he don't understand why his daddy would have voted against him or whatever. So then we had this white party. Everybody coming, looking fab. I don't know why is Cookie still wearing this damn ponytail, but okay. Um, But yeah, they're talking about she's going to Jamal asking him, can Hakeem do the last verse of the song? Hakeem is pissed off, but it's whatever because everybody now is like, fuck this song right about now because everybody wants to do the last part. And she was like, well, fuck it. Lucius is going to do the last part, and that's how we going to end it. So then next thing you know, Lucius and Anika walk in and she looking like, what the fuck? Like, wait, did I miss some shit? Because he supposed to be leaving his broad. He over here screwing me. Like, I'm about to let this fool have it. So then, Jamal noticed something. He asked him, was they screwing? And she admitted to it or whatever. He just told her to be careful. Um, so she goes confront Lucius, and Lucius say how he's not leaving Anika, and they gonna move up the wedding date, and she tell Lucius to go to hell. So then the party's just going and everybody's partying and Cookie asks to speak to Anika by herself. So then Cookie she was like, congrats on your upcoming wedding or whatever. And Anika was like, you can't get under my skin or something like that. And start saying how she know how Candy, she know how Cookie and Lucius slept together at the house. So, Cookie's like, okay, yeah. And did he tell you about the studio though? That's Anika looking like Boo Boo the damn fool. Not Boo Boo Kitty, Boo Boo the damn fool. So, Andre, he drinking, he pissed or whatever. So his wife is trying to, like, you tripping, you're just not gonna work with your meds, and he's steady drinking. So Hakeem walks in with his old sugar mama Camille. I'm like, Then her and Cookie start having a shade sass about you need to seek with dudes your own age, and she was like, but you're my age, and she was like, no, I'm not. And then she was like, well, I'm not your some girl in jail. Cookie was like, if you was one of my girls in jail, you'd be my bitch because you got a long tongue. I said, oh, did she put you in your motherfucking place? So, Camille was saying how if you don't put him on blast, you can't use the song. And I'm sitting there like, hit her. Who is she? Hit her. But whatever. So, whatever. So Andre go to Vernon and trying to figure out what the hell is going on, why his daddy didn't vote for him or whatever, and he's like, he thinks we're plotting against him, yada yada yada. So Cookie and Jamal and Lucius, they're talking about the song, and Lucius is telling Jamal, we family, music is forever, that your music speak, tell your truth in your music. So Jamal like, okay, no problem. Jamal performed beautiful, remix of beautiful. It was doing good. I'm jamming. Me, my son, and my dude, and here we jamming. Next thing you know, he said, a man loves a man. I'm still jamming. I'm like, did he say what I said? Mm-mm. Said it again. My son said, did he say what I think he said? I said, oh yeah, he said it. I hollered. I was so pumped up. I was so proud of him. I was so everything for Jamal. I was so team Jamal at that moment, like for real, for real. The crowd was pumped up for him, but Lucius, the look on Lucius' face was giving me more life than anything. Like, yes, motherfucker, your son finally did it, and fuck you, and that's what you get for doing his mama like that, all that, and then some. I'm just saying, I was here for it. So next thing the next day the headlines is going off about how Jamal came out and Lucius walking through the empire with his head down, glasses on. He don't want to be bothered. He pissed off. He going off on Vernon and Andre. Next thing you know, he tells Vernon to get out. He tells Andre he don't trust him. And you want to know why I don't trust you? Ever since you you married that white woman and let her up in our family, y'all ain't gonna never have empire. I said, oh, this motherfucker don't like white people. He don't like homosexual people. Motherfucker, who do you like? Only people that make green money. I don't know. Like, that was some fucked up shit to say to your son. That was some fucked up shit. You need to be going over there with Hakeem and that old cougar ass, pedophile ass woman while you worried about somebody's motherfucking race and worried about somebody's sexuality. You need to be worried about that cougar over there trying to get up under your son and manage him and take every goddamn thing you got. That's what you need to be worried about, Lucius. I'm just saying. So anyway, Andre started going off like, oh, y'all just don't like me because I'm not talented, but you are talented because I heard you sing on that news clip. But he was like, you y'all just mad 'cause I got education. He's like, them white people ain't gonna never accept you. So I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. He was like, this is a family business, yada yada yada. Then Hakeem goes to Jamal's house and tell him he's sorry about him not being on the song. Camilla had him all hyped up and tripping. Hakeem then tells Jamal, that's not what I came over here for. I came over here to apologize. I mean, to tell you how proud I am of you of coming out. And, they just hugged it out and it was cool. It was a beautiful moment between brothers. Then you get the crazy motherfucking brother sitting in the studio. I'm thinking he about to record some shit. This motherfucker got a gun up to his head, clicks the gun, epic fail, don't go off. I'm like, this motherfucker needs some help. Fuck running a company. You need your motherfucking ass some help, Andre. That's what you need. Onika is standing in front of this building. She takes her ring off and goes into this like project building. I don't know who she's trying to set up, but she about to set up some goddamn body because she pissed off. Lucia's going there like, hey, you seen Onika? No. You say something to Onika? No. That's what Cookie's saying. Knowing she's lying to the motherfucker. Then they start talking about the family and Jamal coming out, and he's like, this family is a disgrace. I said, oh, okay, whatever. So then, it ends with Cookie, the old days, Cookie laying in the bed, looking, reminiscing about her kids, and she starts singing the song Beautiful. So it started with Beautiful, ended with Beautiful of the old days. So that's my review for Empire Season 1, Episode 8. Tell me what y'all thought about it. Hope I didn't miss anything, but we can talk about it in the comment section. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, Xbox Live. I do everything by the Ghetto View, THA, not THE, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.